Hi all, can you hear me? Hello, hello. Hi, can you hear me? Hello, hello. Can someone hear me? Hi, Neetu. Can you hear me? Uh, Neetu, can you wave or something or message that you can hear me? Hi, hi, Neetu. Will you join me here? Hi, I don't know how this thing works. Uh, Neetu, are you joining me or have I the uh, whole screen to myself? It's great to be here, but I need more hellos and highs from people. So I know you all are there. I can see, I can see your message. Hi. Hi, Neetu. Thank you. It's all my day. Okay. Hi, Pankaj. Good to see you here. Should we wait for a few more, for 2, 3 more minutes, and then let's have your questions? Anything you want to ask specifically before I start my own? So I'm still learning how to get this live video thing. Yeah, Neetu, I hope people will watch it later. But you can hear me clearly, right? Hi, Geet. So how many of you have parents, grandparents, in-laws staying with you? Any elders in the house? So I have three. My father, my father-in-law, and my mother-in-law. My father-in-law, mother-in-law, they don't let me say in-law, they say by-law. But yeah, we've stayed together for now how many? 35 years since I got married. And believe me, it's a blessing to have them with us, especially at this time when we are not sure of anything. Yeah, Rakhi, so you also have in laws with you? You must keep answering because uh, I'll not know how to continue alone. I'm not used to it. And how many of you have children who stay away from you? Yeah, Neetu, seriously, I love it. How many of you have children who stay away from you? So, because that is what an empty nest syndrome, empty nest uh, is about. Okay, Neetu, I'll tell you about my journey. As you know, my journey started way back, and I'll not go into my yeah, so I'll not go into my बचपन की कहानी नहीं बताऊंगी. So I'll just go back around 40 years, which is when I did my courses and I did my post graduation in home science, and I did my post graduation in commercial art. And this was the time when there were no computers, nothing. So many of the youngsters cannot even try and even understand what that was like. But we did everything by hand, from the painting to making the advertisements to everything we did by hand. And it was good. I was very good at it. So after home science, after doing that, I got married, and then uh, the girls came. I have two daughters, and just now they are 28 and 32, I think. So, and they'll kill me if I've told them that I've told their ages here. But uh, I started teaching art, craft, and after that I went into corporate gifts. I did painting. I did so many things that time because everything was done by hand, and I enjoyed it. There was no separate post or anything for commercial art or fine art or fine artist or even a visual merchandiser. So I did everything, whichever came my way. Cut to around 10 years back, 20 years back, yeah. We shifted to Bombay from Delhi, and it was nice. I like Bombay, and I started my work again. I set up a business. I did a lot of other things, stuff. But after a few years, due to some personal reasons, and as most women do, perhaps I didn't look after my health enough, as most housewives do. I developed tremors in my hands. So this was around 2015. Uh, so what happened was that with the tremors, you can't paint, you can't uh, make cakes, which I loved doing. And so once all that started, I started going into depression. But I said, नहीं depression जाके क्या होएगा, क्या मिलेगा? And so I said, okay, let me do something with my mind. You can't do with your hand, then you have to utilize your mind, right? So I started. I told you I remember I enjoyed making cakes and all. So I had learned a lot on in about cake decoration and everything, and I had a little, studio kind where I wanted to teach cake making and cake decoration. But people with this tremors, I had to let go of all that. I couldn't continue with that. So I said, okay, let me, if I distribute that knowledge at least, I can be in touch with other people who are making it, right? If I can't make it, fine. So that's when I started my third baby, which is called Diala Baker. And under that umbrella, I started collecting home bakers and made friends with so many home bakers. And now I have WhatsApp groups under that, and I have a Facebook group, Facebook page, and I started holding events for them across cities, Bangalore, Delhi, even Goa we've been, and Bombay, of course. So Noida, Gurgaon. So home bakers started attending these events, and it gave me a lot of pleasure to have something, some learning, always was contained in those events. But and I enjoyed mentoring those home bakers. They were, I came across, like literally 1,000 home bakers or more, and they are mainly housewives. So I enjoyed mentoring them. They would call me up and discuss things and all. So that is when I decided, okay, I came across a coach, uh, Mr. Arfin Khan. He's an international coach, and when I was in Bombay, I had wanted to join him. He takes he teaches us how to become a good coach, and he has a proper system to it. So that is what I wanted to do, and I wanted to join to become a life coach. And but unfortunately, we shifted to Delhi, back to Delhi, and in Delhi, I came to know that he's having classes in Delhi also, and that is when I joined Mr. Arfin Khan's coaching system. And now I'm a midlife coach. And when you ask how did I start, how did I specialize in the emptiness syndrome? Okay, let me go back again a little bit. I have two daughters, as I told you. Now, they both left to go to college and then for work, so they both stay away from me. And that what is an empty nest is your home. So the home becomes empty, and then you tend to go into depression because the earlier you had these children around you, they kept, you were the center of the universe. You, whatever they wanted to do, you had you knew where they were, you knew what they were doing, you, everybody, everything they needed, they asked you for it. So you were the center of the universe, and suddenly nobody wants you. They're not there. It's not that they don't love you, it's just that you yourself start feeling lonely and depressed because you're sitting at home alone, and you had given up a lot of ideas and a lot of dreams to come to that position, to become a mother, to look after the children, to reach this point. And suddenly they've gone, but you are left. So that is where the depression comes in. And I found that I wasn't the only one. When I spoke to my friends who were of the similar age, whose children had gone out, they might have gone for work, they might have gone for studies, or they might have got married also. When you're left alone is when the emptiness, as you say, rightly say, Neetu, the emptiness starts building. And we in India, we don't talk about it at all. We don't talk about depression at all. Forget this emptiness or anything. But abroad, there's a huge support system. You'll find articles, you'll find groups, you'll find books on it. It's an open thing. So I said, okay, let me start researching in India. Uh, what people are suffering from and why are they suffering. See, let's go back a little. In that, we were earlier a joint family, right? Nana, then देवर जेठ सबके बच्चे वहीं होते थे. They were all there together with you, so you didn't feel कि okay, you should uh, you should you didn't feel alone because आपके बच्चे नहीं थे तो उनके बच्चे थे. You just kept talking to them. You looked after them, the household and everything. But unfortunately now we are stay single parents. We stay alone. We may or may not have our in-laws with us or our parents with us. So just now we tend to suffer. These days we are suffering more. And because we don't have people to talk to about it, or nobody is talking openly about it, uh, we are suffering still more. So yeah, Neetu, you correctly say ki, bringing a dog in, you feel a little more motivated. And yes, talking of depression is a big taboo in India. But I would like to open that out. I would like to speak about loneliness, about depression, about feelings of not feeling worthy enough, feelings of being left behind in the, not in the race. You look at your friends and they've gone right in front, and they are in the, those who started out in school, college with you, and they've reached heights which you've in their work life, which you can't dream of reaching now. You'll not get those jobs, you'll not get that pay, you'll not get that entry only into that line. But what you can do is find something, a hobby perhaps, or go back to your dreams. Think about it, what you used to do, what you liked doing, and join it again. Uh, Work on it again. But before that, first thing you have to do is start loving yourself again for being you. What we start doing is we become a mother, we become a wife, we are a daughter-in-law, but we forget somewhere that you are you also. I am me, and that is so important to talk about, to understand that there's nobody else who loves me as much as me, and I have to look after myself. I have to take care of myself, because sooner or later nobody is going to be there for me. I have to do it for myself. Yes, you have your husband with you. He also probably suffers from the midlife, from this emptiness, depression, but he has his work. This is the, I'm talking about people, women from 40 to 60 years perhaps. The husband is at work during the day, he has his work, but you are left alone and there's nobody in the house. Yeah. So that is the time people, women go into depression, and I don't want you to do that. You must feel that you must start looking after yourself. You must start loving yourself. You must start going back to what you had dreamed of once upon a time. You have the time now to do it, to look after it. What was your favorite thing to do while growing up? When you were a child, what did you like to do? Ask yourself these questions. You have the time. I started studying. I'm writing a book on emptiness syndrome. I'm doing a course on marketing and branding. Why not? My father, he's done, I think, around 11 courses, 11 MAs on online education portals. There's no end to studying. There's no end to finding your hobbies. There's no saying, no, I'm too old to do this or to start a business. Why? Just now you have the time. I feel this is my best time, because I don't have to worry about the kids. They have their own lives. I don't have to worry about anything just now except looking after myself and enjoying. Yeah, why not? काम तो किया ना सारी जिंदगी. So अभी enjoy yourself. uh, Ask yourself, if I had nothing else, if nobody was there to ask me or question me, what would I do? If I had all the money in the world to do, what would I do? And you will get your answers as to which hobby to pick up or which work to do. And it's fun, it's fun. Talk to, why don't you call up all your friends, the friends you had in school, college, which you've forgotten about, or even after marriage, which are in another city. Call them up. It's such fun to have a, girl gang, and it cheers you up. You can discuss things which husbands can't do. Poor things. If imagine the guys, if they start talking about, oh, my daughter is not here, oh, my son went away. But we can do that, no? We can get out of that depression by talking to our girlfriends, right? So do that. Start something new. Acha, another thing. This is, yeah, 11 post graduation, Neetu. My children, his grandchildren can't understand why he wants to study so much. and give exams. But another thing which many women forget is that in becoming a mom, they forget to become a wife sometimes. After, say, when your children go, they're 20, 21, so that's at least 22 years of marriage. And with your husband, how much time have you spent just being a husband and wife? You've been a mom, you've been dad, he's been a dad, and there's so many things, responsibilities and everything. But now you have the time again to be that husband and wife and be mom and dad, instead of being just mom and dad. Yes, the relationship changes. Yes, there are other things. Maybe you've changed. Maybe your husband has changed a bit. But enjoy the new you. Enjoy talking to him. See what his aspirations are now. Maybe you can join him and do some things together. Yeah, either we can cry or start a new life. Correct, Neetu? Hi, Dolly. So it's nice to start something new. There's no time limit to it. Many women think I'm 50 and my life is done. No way. I'm 58. I've already thought out ki next year, Jan, I think I'll be starting a new business in gift boxes for women. Why not? Who's stopping you? Neetu. Yes, your husband will complain, definitely. But just see, you both are there. Maybe you've not had a proper chat, and bear with me, bear for a few more years. uh, Once my daughters went, and I realized that we have time to talk to each other. I had my first daughter when I was within my first year of marriage. And it was an arranged marriage. So how much time do you think I had to even get to know my husband? And but now is the time I'm getting to know him. I'm rediscovering him, and I hopefully he's finding I'm a better person. But we are finding new hobbies. We've started going out more. We we can just pick up and go for a trip. Isn't that fun? So, hi Geet. So, don't ever see or feel that empty nest or that depression is something here to stay and only you suffer from it. No. Everyone whose child may, even if your child goes for the to the nursery, once he starts going and you suddenly feel, Arey, 4 ghante, what will I do? I am free. So that also is depression. So anybody has any questions? Hi, Savita. So a few things which all women can do regardless of age is, and to feel happier on a daily basis, is as soon as you get up, of course, pray and thank God. Uh, you have to have an attitude of gratitude. If you don't have it with you just now, uh, develop it before more. You just have to say thank you, God, once before, as soon as you get up, and once before sleeping. I'm not even asking you to do anything during the day, just morning and at night. Then, secondly, I want you to talk to people more. Some people look through your phone book, your contact list. Maybe some aunt is there whom you've not spoken to for, say, 5 years. There are some, like that. So call her up, find out how she is. Especially in this today's time, elders are miserable just now. They don't know if they're going to meet their children, especially those whose children are out of the city, even out of the country. The thought is there, the worry is there on. even if they don't show it, that who's going to come to my aid if I go away or if I fall sick. Hi Dipali. And I I especially ask you to call up elders whom you may know, your neighbors in the society, and just ask them how they are. Do they need anything? They are the ones suffering from the emptiness just now. And they are the ones who have the most depression, especially today. Is because I don't know if I'm going to meet my children also. How will they come from abroad if I'm taken sick? Who's going to look after me? If I fall, if I die, and who's going to look after my spouse? Especially when my children cannot come from abroad. So look after them. Don't, just this is the time that you have to be a little kinder. So help others. I'm not asking you to go on the street and help anyone. There's so many people just now who are doing all that good work. Perhaps you can help them monetarily in your own society, in your own neighborhood. Look for people where you can do a little act of kindness on a daily basis. Of course, get some exercise. Now that I have been telling myself also, but and I'm trying my best, promise. But exercise is something you need to do on a daily basis. Even if it's just taking a walk in the house, you have to do that. It makes you feel happier, believe me. It makes you feel happy. Yeah, I've done something today. And last but not the least, sleep. Have a very, very good sleep. And believe me, once you say thank you, God, for everything, you'll be able to sleep very well. Yeah, Dipali, correct, na? Yeah, Savita, this is the time to be kind. Uh, we don't even realize, if we are able to talk on this group, we are not in that category who are suffering so much. Believe me, there's a whole world out there whom we don't even think of just now, but who are suffering. And every day I'm coming across Milap, donate card, all these advertisements, and people are doing such good work, and all they need is some money. So give them that, no? If you can't go out and do it yourself. Yeah, Neetu. There are couples who don't have child. Even yes, they're taking care of each other. Excellent. But there are children there who need parents. And why don't you call them up and ask them, do they need anything? At this age, see, एक डर बैठ गया है सबके अंदर कि मैं इस टाइम पे मैं दूसरों को अंदर आने दूं कि नहीं आने दूं, मैं सामान लूं कि नहीं लूं. अगर आप सिर्फ उनसे बात भी कर लें रोज का कि आपको कुछ चाहिए, आई एम देयर, इफ यू नीड मी जस्ट गिव अ कॉल, ऐसे करके भी आप बोल देंगे ना, तो उनको तसल्ली हो जाती है. अगर उनके अपने बच्चे नहीं हैं तो आप तो है ना, so आप यू कॉल देम एंड गिव देम. उनको एक तसल्ली चाहिए कि हाँ, कोई तो है जो मेरे बारे में सोचता है. Thanks, Savita. I'm glad you liked it. Any questions or anything? Anything I can help you with? Dipali, you would like to ask something? Yeah. See, and Neetu, he may be old in thought, in age, but believe me, he must be having a very, very good sleep because he's doing something for others. So anybody would like to say something, ask something? Yeah, Savita. Okay. Yes, I have crossed that stage. How to deal with educating children in this technology world? The concentration is dipping. I'll tell you why. Because you're putting too much pressure on them. They're being exposed only to technology. Do ask them to help you with your home housework. Ask them, you have such a good opportunity just now to get the kids to be with you. Don't just put them in front of the TV. There is, what shall I say? This is here to stay. Education will be partly uh, online from now, but but you have to have a lot of physical exercise for them in some way or the other. Maybe they can't go to the park just now, but in the house they can play. You have to set the timings for them. Otherwise they'll be so burnt out by the end of it, they'll not want to look at another thing. They'll not, their brains will stop functioning, believe me. As it is in today's day era, there's so much pressure on the children, that it's not funny. So the parents, it's up to the parents not to let them feel that pressure. So no comparisons, no telling them ki, okay, you have to sit in front of the this thing. There are a lot of parents I know who used to put their children in front of the TV just so that I can do my office work. No, not done, not done. Give them something to do. Maybe ask them to make a sandwich for you. Teach them how to make tea. This is the time they can help with small chores around the house, which perhaps you can reward them for that. So the concentration will dip if that is all they are doing from morning till evening. But if it is once for specific hours only, and they have something fun to look after that, they'll be fine, believe me. Yeah, Dipali, old age they do need company, but but the thing is, we in India we don't have old age homes. That uh, unfortunately we don't have it at that level. There are few who are very high class. There are few vridhashrams around, but we the, we do need very good quality old age homes in India now that there are lesser uh, joint families. Earlier, joint families looked after their old people, but now the other day I saw a video of a guy on a scooter leaving his old parents by the roadside. I was horror struck, but that's what's happening. If they can't look after themselves, they're putting the oldies outside. But yes, they do need, they need aid more than they need company. Yes, and that is why you have to be on the lookout for people, for older people who are around you. um, Maybe if there are one or two couples also, at least if you can talk to on a daily basis, that will be good. You can't look after them all, but yeah, till there is a good old age system here. Yeah, we do need to have a great option of old age homes. So that's what, you know, like we friends, we keep discussing. Let's all because we all are of the same age. So we keep discussing. Ki let's have a place where we can all build houses next to each other and look after each other when we are old. But yes, we do need. It is a sad scenario here in India just now. Neetu, any more questions? Anything else I can speak about? Don't look so sad, Neetu. This is, but things are happening, things are getting better. People, younger people are realizing that, India is a better option than abroad at present, and they are coming back. So that I think is a thing to rejoice about. Yes, Dipali, there are not enough options for old people in India. I know a girl who's alone with her mother who's 84 years old, and they don't know how to look after themselves because then she's not able to go out and work. So it's happening these days, and that is why we need to look after, we need to at least call up people and tell them that we need uh, whatever you need, I can help with. We have to be a little more kinder with them. Thank you so much, Neetu, for having me here. And it's been lovely talking to all of you. And please look after your elders, and also look after yourself also. Till you love yourself, nobody else will, believe me. And don't you don't have to be lonely. You may be alone, but you don't have to be lonely. There's a lot of things to do out there. It's all in your mind. And I may sound cliche, it may be a cliche when I say that it's all in the mind, but you're not alone. There are other people also who are alone. Perhaps you all can get together, talk to people, talk to others, talk to especially your girlfriends. Oh, you just jab a half an hour with your girlfriends and you'll feel better. Believe me. Take up a hobby, do something which, learn something new, and you'll feel much better. And of course, you can always come and talk to me. Okay, people. Bye. Take care. Bye, Neetu. Thank you so much for having me here.